Well, hello and welcome everyone to the September 2017 Life Coach Office Open Call. Can you believe it's September already? I'm located in New Jersey, and we decided to have summer all over again. It had gotten cool, and now it's back in the mid 80s and with the lovely humidity that we tend to have here in Jersey. So we're sweating it out a little bit, but I'm happy to see that the weather is here. Wasn't quite ready for that weather to switch over just yet. So I'm excited today because this Life Coach Office call, the topic is about communicating with your clients using Life Coach Office. And this actually came from one of our Life Coach Office users. This came from David. And David, thank you so much for all of your suggestions, for always sharing what it is that you're needing from us. This is how we create Life Coach Office, and allows it to become exactly what all of you as coaches want it to be. So I was very excited to be able to work on a topic that was something I knew was what you all wanted. And boy, oh boy, do I have a lot to share with you today. So I'm just going to go ahead and get right at it. We are talking about communicating with clients using Life Coach Office. Now remember, the chat room is open. So if you have any questions at all, please do just go ahead in the chat. My intention is to get through the slides, talk to you about ways you can use Life Coach Office to communicate with your clients, and then possibly, if there's time left over, to actually take you to Life Coach Office to show you a few things that I'm talking about, especially from the client's perspective, okay? All right, so let's get to it. Communicating with your clients. So, you know, in my former life, in my former world, I was in human resources and I was a director of HR for a lot of years. And no matter what position I held, though, there were two things that I could not get away from. I could not get away from recruiting, and I could not get away from employee onboarding. One thing that statistics show is that when you have a successful onboarding, your employee will stay with you longer. Okay, the employee that felt valued, felt that you took the time to train them, took the time to orient them, those were the ones that were more loyal, and they stuck with you a bit longer. And you know, it's a major investment when you're onboarding an employee. Well, same thing with coaching, really. I mean, once you get a person to the point where they've decided to invest money into coaching with you, because remember, they're investing in you, really, for their success. Once you've gotten that, it has taken some time to get that. You really don't want to blow it. And you definitely want to make sure that your onboarding is seamless. If nothing else, you want to make sure that person feels really welcome. Well, if you are using a system, the question is, how do you make a system speak your language? How do you make a system cause a person to feel as if they're talking to you, even though you're not really there? That's what today's class is all about. How to get your voice, your personality, your footprint all over your Life Coach Office subscription. So when you're communicating, you know, the onboarding process is key. So when you get your client, this is the area where you're going to get their commitment. This is going to set the tone for the coaching relationship that you're going to have, because in the very beginning, this is where you're going to talk about your agreement, your policies, how do they contact you if they need you, what happens if they need to reschedule, or if they just need to cancel, what your payment policies are. Everything is in this very beginning. You get your clients buy-in. So I want you, when you're thinking about Life Coach Office, remember, this is your personal subscription. I want you to consider Life Coach Office as your voice. Remember, each of you has the opportunity to brand your own Life Coach Office. So this is your system. When they log into it, if you've done your work, they don't see universal coaching systems. They see you, and that's exactly what you want them to do. So it starts off with setting up the system. You need to brand it, okay? When a person logs into your Life Coach Office, use your branded link, okay? Use your branded link. Use your colors. Have your logo uploaded into your system. And if you're having challenges with that, we're here to help, okay? You don't have to wonder about how to do something or frustrated about doing something. We are here to help you. Just fill out a Life Coach Office support form. You can find it on any page of Life Coach Office or on Universal Coaching Systems. You can find it when you go to Life Coach Office there. fill it out, go on our Facebook, contact us. You know, we are there to help you. All right, use your customized link and use automated emails to your advantage. What do I mean by that? Well, you know what? I think it's just easier if I just show you exactly what I mean by that. I'm going to take you to my Life Coach Office account. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Hold on a second. I didn't want to log out of this just yet. Here. I'm going to have to stop this. Ooh. My screen paused. Are you guys able to see anything? Just if someone can hit me up in the chat. Are you guys able to see? Okay. Okay, good. Thank you very much. All right. So here we are in, so if you saw the PowerPoint, you should now be seeing the Life Coach Office screen. As long as you can see, I'm good. Okay. So here we are in the Life Coach Office. This is our training room, right? And when I say that I want you to use your, I'm just gonna move this out of my way. When I say that I want you to move, hold on. Okay, good. Thank you, Alan. That I want you to use your templates to your advantage. This is what I mean. Okay. So we're going to go over here to templates and we're going to go to automated emails. So you know that there are emails that are automated and you have control over some, but not all. So which ones do you not have control over? New client activation emails, new client welcome emails, and group registration emails. You cannot turn those off. These are always going to be on. When you have a new client, they're going to get a welcome email. They're going to get their client activation email. And if it's a group, they're going to get an email for that. What you can control, though, is what's written inside, right? This is what I mean when I say make it yours, all right? Here is what it looks like. You can edit these words to be whatever it is that you want them to be. The only thing that I'm going to say to you, you see these codes here? Don't change the codes. Now, if you do, just email us and we'll get your codes back in for you. But just keep in mind that your codes are pulling from certain areas in the system. So that $, underscore, first name, exclamation point, that's going to pull the first name of your client, whoever that new client is. If you don't have that, it's not going to say that. But the body of the email can be what you want. As you can see, we have this bolded. You can bold whatever you want. You can change the color of it. You simply have to edit it and you're good, okay? So make your emails what you want them to be. You cannot create a new email. That you can't do, but you can change what's there. So if I wanted to change, the color, you can change the color. And I'm not going to worry about this because this is not the point, but do what you want to do. You can add a picture to it. You can add a logo to it. I'm going to show you that a little bit later so that you can use mass email, especially when you're sending a mass email to a group. It's great to have your logo in there. I'm going to show you how to do that. But make this yours. Let it speak your language. This is just a general language. If it works for you, that's fine. But if it doesn't work, then don't use it. Okay? If it doesn't work, don't use it. That's really what I want you to know. Okay. Let's go back to our PowerPoint. Okay, so use automated emails to your advantage. Now, ensure also when you're using your branded link, that your clients can log in from other places. Your clients need to be able to log in from your website if you have one. If you have a Facebook page or a Facebook group, let your clients log in from there. What you would do is just create a post and put the branded link in your post and then pin it to the top, okay? If we have time, I can show you that later, but I'll say that again. Create a post and just say, you know, clients log in here, post it on Facebook, and then pin it to the top of your page. This way, everyone that comes to your coaching page or your coaching group will see that. And if they're anything like me, they're going to click on it even though they're not a client, because they want to see what's behind the door, right? I'm a little bit nosy. I want to see what's behind the door. And that kind of thing, seeing that a coach has that, would make me, it really would make me interested in coaching with them, because I really would like the idea that they have some form of technology. So use that to your advantage, okay? You can also communicate with your classroom, okay? I have been saying this forever. Create a welcome classroom for all clients. Now, you can create a welcome classroom for individual programs that are specific to your program, to orient people to your program. But create a welcome classroom that's general for all your clients. Your welcome classroom should have a welcome video. All right, for those of you who are video shy, it needs to have a welcome audio, your voice, not someone else's voice, thanking them. It needs to be, you know, quick, 3 minutes tops. No one needs to listen to this for 25 minutes, right? 3 minutes tops. And then attach to that different items that they might need. Maybe some emergency policies. If you need to cancel, here's what you do. Here's what you can expect from me. Maybe give them 10 tips on, you know, ways to get the most out of coaching with you. You know your style. What do you want from your client? I don't know about you, but I really want my client to come to coaching in a quiet place when they're really only going to be talking to me and not distracted. It's a bit frustrating for me when I have a client that calls in and they're driving, or a client that calls in and they're in a busy place and there's a lot of noise and they're distracted, especially if they're a person that's easily distracted. That's a little bit frustrating to me. So think about what it is that you want from your client so that you can ensure that they're as engaged as possible, so that you can also be as engaged as possible. It's kind of difficult when there's traffic in the background and, you know, horns honking and things like that. So let them know, you know, here's how you can get the most out of coaching with me. Create a welcome classroom. This is huge opportunity for them to be able to see you, touch you, talk to you. A lot of coaches are coaching people they've never met. They live in other parts of the world, literally. So how do you get them to know you? Don't be just a voice on the phone. Let them actually see you. Let them see what it looks like when you're talking, you know, the way your eye movements are, the way your head movements are, whether you're smiling or not. All of that gives them cues to your personality and what it's like when they're coaching with you. Let them get started in getting to know you, all right? So go ahead and create that video. They're gonna love it. It's a few short minutes and you'll be happy that you did. Again, attach any documents at all that you think are gonna help them in onboarding, including any kind of values forms or anything like that. I know that it's in the system, but remember, your clients are new to your Life Coach Office system. So make it easy for them. Overshare, all right? It's in your library. You'll put it in important documents, but attach it to the video as well. If you have any kind of form that you want them to fill out, attach it there as well. They'll be happy to be able to get it in multiple places. So a tip for that area, remember, use LCO as if you had a duplicate of yourself. Yeah, I like that, right? Use it as if you have a duplicate of yourself. If you were duplicating yourself and you were in one place and you were onboarding a person in another, what would you do? Think about that and then do it in LCO. And if there's something you can't figure out how to do, that's when you fill out a support ticket. That's what I'm here for. You fill out a support ticket and you say, hey, Kim, I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z. How can I do it? There's a lot of times that we create workarounds simply because someone has asked a question, all right? And if you're asking the question, someone else is asking it too. All right, scheduling. Scheduling is one of those things that we are clear that the way our scheduling, our calendar is currently, a lot of people don't feel that it's ideal. And it does have a few things that are drawbacks, but it does have a few things that are absolutely awesome. And so a little bit later, I'm going to check my time here. My intention is actually to go over some scheduling so that you can see what things look like on the other side for your client when you're using scheduling. All right. If you are using Gmail as your main calendar for anything, then you really should be using LCO in your coaching. You really should, because we communicate with Gmail. It is a one-way sync, which means you cannot have your items that are in your Gmail calendar come into LCO, but anything that you have in your LCO calendar will go into your Gmail calendar. All right. Now, I know that many coaches have more than one job. Some of you have multiple, like me, right? And so as a result, you may have a very flexible schedule when it comes to coaching. Here's what my suggestion is, just so that you can begin to use it and get the feel of it, and get to know what works and what doesn't. And what doesn't work is important, because when we're asking for input as we prepare to upgrade our calendar, you need to be able to give the input. You can't give us the input if you haven't used it. So here's what I say to you. Consider, out of the 168 hours that there are in a week, what 4 or 5 hours can you guarantee that you can commit to coaching someone else? Okay? Whatever those hours are, if it's Monday from 10 until 12, maybe that's all you have, that you know without a doubt every week this is going to be for coaching, and if you're not coaching, you're not going to be doing anything else, then just put that in your calendar as your availability for your client. Okay? Your client is going to be communicating with you anyway. They're going to see that there's a possibility for them to set new meetings with you anyway. If they go to the calendar and they don't see anything in there, they're going to contact you anyway. If they go to the calendar and they only see that Monday from that time, they're going to contact you anyway. So put it in there. If it's possible for them to take that time, they're going to use it, and then you'll get to see how this calendaring system works. It's very easy. It's very, very easy. Remember this also. When they are scheduling, it's a request. So don't be afraid to use it. Don't think that because your client clicks on, I want to have a meeting at 10:30 for an hour with Coach Brian, that doesn't mean it's guaranteed. It's a request. They send the request over. When you pull up your calendar, everything that you have committed to is in blue. Everything that is waiting for you to say yes or no to is in red. And any goals that have come over from the vision and goal area is in green. Okay? So your client is simply making a request. All right? All goals are populated in both the client and the coach calendar. That's pretty cool. All right? That's important for you to know. Vision and goal area, if you're not using it, use it. Get your clients to use it, whether you're creating the goal or they're creating the goal. Any goal created in the vision and goal area is populated in the calendar for you and your client. That's a great thing to know, so that you can easily coach them throughout the week or just when you have your sessions. So use your LCO calendaring system as a way to communicate. All right. Now, communicate with the meeting invite. So here's the thing. Once a person requests a meeting with you, you're going to get that meeting request. And once you click confirm or accept, whichever word it says, it's going to take you to the actual meeting invitation that you normally would get when you're setting up a meeting with your client. This means that you have the ability to write a note in there. This also means that, let's say John wanted to meet with Brian at 10 o'clock, but Brian is not really available until 10:30. Brian gets to make that change, and he gets to say, hey, can 10:30 work for you instead of 10? Change the time and then send it off. And then it's going to be booked for 10:30. Your client's going to let you know if they can't do it. Use it to suggest another date or time with your client after you click approve. Add a logo or use the WYSIWYG. The WYSIWYG is that area that lets you bold or make it smaller, change the font, create a heading. It stands for what you see is what you get. I learned that from Benet. I love that. What you see is what you get. Use it for excitement. Okay, I'm going to show you some examples of that in a minute. All right, but communicate using that meeting invite. Again, this is another opportunity to put your touch, your flair, you in it. Sign off with whatever you tend to sign off with in your emails. Put that in every meeting request that you have. You are talking to your client. Life Coach Office is not talking to your client. You are talking to your client, and they want to hear your voice. Okay, here's a little tip when you're creating your meeting invites. When you're creating the meeting invite, you know that that's creating an email for you. But whatever the subject title is that you put in that meeting invite, that's going to be the subject title for the coaching journal. Okay, I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but that is the title of your coaching journal, whatever you put in that invite. Are you guys aware of that? I'm not sure if you were aware of that. So, don't just say, let's have a meeting. You need to be able to know what that is, okay? All right. Now, communicating with the library. Oh, we have a question here. Hold on a second. Oh, you're welcome. Yes. I learned it the hard way. I don't know if you are anything like me, but if you have been a little bit frustrated in going through your coaching journal, trying to figure out which week was from which week. Yeah, that's how I learned it. It's like, oh, now I see. Let me do this so I know which journal it is. So let's communicate with your library. All right. In your library, if you've heard any of my videos, you've heard me talk about, using it as a place for people to just load it up with information. Think of it as the free public library. Just load it up, okay? But keep a folder in there that is just for yourself, so you can have access to whatever documents you want, okay? If when you create a folder in your library, you, just like with anywhere else in Life Coach Office, you get to set the parameters for who gets access to it. It could be all of your clients. It could be for a particular group only. It could be just for you, all right? So the one that's just for you means only you are going to see it. You can put anything in there that you want. Here's what I love about the library. Anything that you upload into the library, when you're in your meeting requests and you want to attach something, you can attach anything that is in the library. Okay? Don't know if you knew that. All right? If you want me to show that to you a little bit later, I'll definitely skip over there and show it to you. But you can, anything that's in the library, I'm going to say that again, anything that's in the library, you can upload in your meeting request area. So when you're sending that email out to a person and you have that document, that form, that whatever, and you've already uploaded it to the important documents, you already have it in the library so they can have access to it, but you want to over communicate. You want to make it easy. You don't want to give them any excuses for not being able to find it. Have you heard that before? I couldn't find it. Well, this is how you do that. You are going to have it in your library, and then you can easily upload it to the area in your meeting request area. In the library, don't know if you knew this, it can hold music, it can hold video, PDFs, pictures, documents, all of that stuff can be uploaded to your library. I know, I did it. It can be. All right, now, there are limits, of course, for video or audio. I think it's 40 megabytes or 20. I think we just raised it to 40. Don't quote me. You'll have to go into Life Coach Office to see, but that's a good amount of space. It's kind of cool to know that. You can create quick informational videos and put them in your library for your folks. Now, why do I tell you that you should use your library and put all kinds of information in there? Because if you're coaching someone about finance, but you also know all about job hunting, they may never know that you know about job hunting until they look in the library and see all this information about job hunting, right? This is how you get to increase the longevity of your relationship with your client. They see you as a financial guru, but they don't know that you know about all kinds of things. They can find out by going to the library and seeing what you're putting in there, seeing documents that you've created, seeing videos that you've created, listening to audios that you've created. And I mean, audios, I mean, that's easy. That is so easy. And people will download audios and listen to them all the time. You can download quick tips for your people and they will say, oh my gosh, this person, I have the best coach ever, right? Ever. They know a little bit about a whole lot of things. And I'm going to stay with them for a while. And I'm also going to tell all my people to actually contact this coach about many different things. And oh, you know what? The next time someone's looking for a speaker for their event, I'm going to recommend my coach because my coach knows about all kinds of things, right? This is what we want. We want our clients to do that. So you can, oh, and I already told you the tip, which is that you can upload any document from the library to your meeting invite. So I think that that's pretty cool. Pretty nice to know that. The next thing about communicating with your coaching journal. Oh, how I love the coaching journal. I really do. I use it all the time. The truth is, I have to admit, I'm probably a bit biased when it comes to Life Coach Office because for me, the more I use it, the better it gets, honestly. And the more you guys communicate to us what you need, the better it gets. It's sometimes you guys ask for things that I never even thought of before. And I'm like, oh, of course, why not that, right? And then you ask for it, and then before you know it, it happens. Here's the other thing. Not everything that you ask for is going to be something that is really difficult for us to do. So you may not have to wait for an enhancement for it to come out. Oftentimes, we've had clients that have asked, requested something, and literally within a couple of days, they were able to get what they were looking for. So ask for it. It's, no matter how big or how small it seems, ask for it. And if we can't get it, we'll get you a workaround, or maybe we'll get you a workaround until we get it. But just ask for it. You really want the information, okay? So your coaching journal, customize it. Use it. Customize every program. Every program that you have, create a coaching journal for it, just for it. Make it seem, it doesn't need to be generic. Let it be specific. Let your client feel like, my coach is just amazing. You know, the more you customize it, the better it is for your client, really. Customize it for every program, customize it for any kind of coaching, and create as many templates as you want. There is no limit on the number of coaching templates that you can create in the system. None. So create as many as you want. We have all kinds of coaches that are coaching with us in Life Coach Office. We have people that are doing fitness. We have people that are doing real estate. We have people that are coaching single parents. We have people that are coaching teams. I mean, we have people that are coaching all kinds of things. Andrea, can you give me? Oh, how do you customize the journal? Okay, so I have a question about how to customize the journal. And hold on, because I'm going to actually just show you that. We're almost done with the actual slides. So I'm just going to show you that because that's something I'm kind of talking about the pre and post questions, but actually a little bit more. So I'm going to show you the coaching journal just because that's huge. Okay, that's huge. All right. And here's the thing. If you're using your coaching journal, if you're getting your people to use it, you're going to be more prepared for them, right? I really don't want them to wait until an hour before. I really want them to get in there and put information in there as quickly as possible, because when I go to the coaching journal and I'm reading what's going on with them, if they're using it throughout the week, great, because I can communicate with them throughout the week. But at least that day before, if they go in and they put in what their week was like, I now know how I'm going to come to my coaching session. I'm going to be ready. I'm going to have something to offer them because I see where they had a win. I see where they had a little bit of struggle. And I know some areas that I want to be able to concentrate on with them. And it just helps us utilize their time more effectively. And it makes me present myself as a more effective coach. So yeah, I definitely want to make sure that I'm getting my client to use it, and it helps me to be more prepared. With the coaching journal, did you know that it was buildable? I'm going to show you that. I actually did a group not long ago, and what was awesome is that it was a group that we were doing some internal, looking at internal visions week by week. And week by week, I added another section into the coaching journal, and I used the vision and goal area in which to do that. And it was awesome. The feedback on that was absolutely amazing. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Now, here's the one thing that you must remember about changing the coaching journal. When you change the coaching journal template, it changes the template for everyone that is using that template. It is not person specific unless you create a journal for a person. And you can do that if you want to, okay? But if it's a coaching journal that's just for a group or just your general coaching journal, when you change the template, you're changing it for everyone that has it. Make sense? Okay, so now we are going to go and I'm going to show you exactly what I was talking about. So excited about this. All right, so let's take a look at your template. So here is the coaching journal template area. Okay. So again, this is my training area. So there's a 10,001 coaching journal templates. So when I say customize your coaching journal, I mean customize your coaching journal. The 90-day you is for, you know, that 90-day program that you have created for whomever is going to be using it. All right. The Pathfinders program, many of you are familiar with that. It's a program that we sell through Universal Coaching Systems, and it's available for you to use it as a generic, or either you can actually purchase it and brand it for your own, and you can create a coaching journal just for that. I tell people to take the template and actually add your coaching agreement. Let's just take a look at it. Look at that. Because I think that is a great place to put your information. So if you take your template, go to the question. You can't see the screen. Okay, hold on a second. Thank you for letting me know. Do this again. Okay, let me know now if you're able to see the screen. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Good. Okay, so what you're looking at is a coaching journal template that I created that is specifically for the coaching agreement. That's what it's for. And so when I have my first meeting, or really, usually what I'll do is let's say my first meeting is September the 2nd, right? I'll send them a meeting for September the 1st. And I will add this coaching journal template because I simply want to get them the agreement. And in the agreement is their guidelines and policies. Okay. The following is their guidelines and policies. Okay. And then I put it all in there. And then coaching specifics. I wasn't sure if this was all filled out because, you know, this is a template. All right. So any kind of specifics, maybe the cost, the length of time that you're coaching for, how many coaching sessions, whatever you want it to be. Okay. And then I left it as private notes only. And then this is the discovery area where you're going to ask the questions, you know, where do you see your life in 5 years? What do you need most out of your coach? Whatever questions it is that you have. The point of this is that I want you to create a coaching journal template that is specific to your agreement. Now, if you're connected in the Life Coach Office users community in Facebook, there should be a video, because I created a video about this to show you exactly how to create this. So I'm not going to do that here. But if you're not, please request to be a member of that. Just go and join it. It's the Life Coach Office users community, okay? But create a coaching journal template for your coaching agreement. This is our solution, our workaround to online agreements, okay? You want to, even if you just want to get them some information fast, or even if you're going to have the paper agreement anyway because you want to get their signature, then make sure, just have it here to be able to refer to, because you don't know if your person is very organized and if they're going to keep that information handy, right? So make sure that they have this available. But here's the other thing. You can ask the question, do you agree to these coaching guidelines? I think I have that in here at the bottom. I don't, but you can put that in there as a question. Do you agree to these coaching guidelines? They click yes, and off you go, and you have your coaching agreement. So use it for that purpose. Okay, so here you are, back to your agreements again. Here's another one that I like. I like to use this a lot because, again, I just want it to be easy for me and for my clients to go in and to have our communication. And so what I do for every month of the year, I have conversations with my coach. So this one says February 2017. It'll say January, February, March, April, all the way through the end of the year. And then what I do is I have the weeks: February week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And then this is where I want them to communicate with me. Okay. So I will say to them for the month. So they may only be coaching with me in week 1 and week 3. That's fine. They'll only use week 1 and week 3. If they're using all weeks, then it's all weeks. For the months that have week 5, then that month has a week 5. Okay. I do this because it's easier for me. And so you're going to say, well, Kim, if we do it this way, then how are they going to rate me? What coaching journal am I going to use when I set up the next meetings, right? I got that. Don't worry. I got you. Because, you need those ratings in order to be able to clock your hours, right? So I have just a rating journal. What I did was I made a new coaching journal, and it is just for them to be able to rate me. There's a session summary, and all it has is the overall rating. That's it. Okay. And private coach notes, which they don't see. And so when I go to create the meeting, and I'm going to show you this in a minute. When I go to create the meeting, if I know that this is, not the first time I met with them in a month, I know they get the rating journal. If it's the first time that I met with them in a month, then they're going to get the one for the month. Now I'm just going to change this to say September, so that you can see how easy this is when you just want to edit the title of something. Just remember that when you change the title, you change it for everyone, right? So we're going to change the title here. To September. I'm only doing this just to show you. This is not how you would create this. You would need to create a separate. Why is it an error? It doesn't like me? Oh, because I hit enter. This is not how you're going to change your template month by month, because once they use this, then they've used it. Okay. Taking a moment. Oh, come on. And then I want to show you from the client's view a few things, because I know that you want to see the client's view. You always do. And of course, there we go. Okay. So it says September. Wait, I'm going to go backwards so that you can see what it looks like inside. Okay, see, conversation with my coach, September 2017. When you do that, it changes for everyone. So everyone that had February 2017, it now says September 2017. It didn't create a new one. It just changed the title, just so you understand that. I just want you to see that. All right, so I want to go to the meeting area because I want you to see, I want to go to the meeting area because I want you to see where you pull this up. So, new meeting. Okay, so this is where you'll have your client. My client is Dave. And here, session title. This is what I was talking about when I said you know, when you're creating that meeting invite, that it's going to be the name of your, it's going to be the name of your coaching journal. Okay. And I'm going to show you what I mean in a moment. So I'm just going to put, communicating with your client, because I need you to see this. Okay. All right. In here, you're going to put all your wonderful, lovely things. If you wanted to put an image here, let me see if I have one that is the right size. I believe that I did. Let me just see if this is the right size. I'm not sure. It has to be the right size. You'll have to shrink it. Oh, yeah, see? So if you have your logo, you get it down to the right size. Now, when your person pulls up, receives this email, they're going to get it with your logo in it. Okay? Isn't that awesome? I think it's awesome. All right. You're going to have your time. You're going to, you're meeting all this stuff. You know that. And here is the area where you have all of your coaching journal templates listed. If this is the first time I'm meeting with them in September, I'm going to choose this one, Conversations with My Coach September. And if it's not, I'm going to choose the rating journal, because I want them to be able to go in and actually rate me, because I need to get these hours calculated so that if I'm going to go for a credential with, with the board, that I'll be able to run a report and be able to have all my hours. So that's where that happens to come from, by the way. When you put in your rating yourself, okay? If you don't put your rating in for yourself and put in the amount of time that you spent with your client, when you run a report, you don't have any hours that are going to calculate. So please do this with every meeting that you have with the client. Otherwise, you'll be calculating hours by hand. Okay, so I'm gonna choose this one. Do I want to choose this one? Yes. Okay. And I'm just going to change the time, just because I don't want it to be now. Apply that. I'm going to save it, and then off it's going to go to Dave. Okay. All right. So I saw a question pop up, so let me just take a look here. Yes, you would need to add the logo every time if you're going to do that. Not ideal, but yes. And the reason is because you need to, you can add any picture that you want, right? Any picture. So if you are working on a vision exercise with someone, maybe you're doing something with fitness, maybe you're working on finances, maybe you're working on time management, maybe you want to send them a picture that's going to motivate them, something that you want them to print out to visualize. You can use it for that. So yes, you will have to upload it each time, but I think it's worth it, quite frankly. Okay. All right. So that went off to Dave. Now I'm going to talk to you about one other template before I switch over to Dave. And that is when I said it was buildable and how I used it for a group. And then when I go over to Dave, it's going to tie everything together. All right. So here I put buildable coaching group template because I knew I would be working with you guys. So you're working with a group. You are working with them on something week by week. You do not want them to get ahead of themselves. You want everyone to work together at one time. And you know that if you give them all the information, that they are so going to go ahead, right? They're going to go ahead, and you don't want that to happen. So let's just start off by adding. Now, I want you to understand what I'm about to add right now. I have a client, Dave, who has this current template. He does not have what I'm about to add. Okay, so I'm adding a section, and I'm gonna call it communicating week 1. So I'm talking to people about how to communicate with their boss for a raise. I'm just going to put test in so that we can move quickly here. I want everyone to be able to edit this section because I want my clients to be able to, and I want everyone to be able to see this. And then the question is, what did you get from this week's session? Okay, I'm going to click submit, and that is now there, right? Communicating week 1. I just click the edit button because I really would like this to be moved to just under session preparation. And I'm going to click submit again. And there you have it. It has moved. Okay, so you saw what I did. I created communicating week 1 that was not there before, and I moved it up because I wanted it to be positioned someplace else. Okay, all right. I knew that would bring on a question. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I'm going to be posting this video on the page, on the Facebook page, both in the private meeting group page and also in Life Coach Office's user community page. So you'll be able to see everything in its entirety. Okay, thank you so much for attending. All right, so let's go over to our clients and take a look from the client's perspective. Now, you could do this also. When you want to, I know that you all have created test clients. So what I'm doing is I was working in Microsoft Edge, but now I have moved over to Chrome. And because I'm in Chrome, I'm signed in as my client, Dave. I hope he's still signed in. I've not used him for a moment. Yay, okay, all right. So this way, I instead of having to sign out and sign back in, I can see things in real time, all right? So I want to go to, I'm gonna move, I have some things that way. Okay, so I wanna go to Dave's coaching journal. And as you can see all these different crazy names for Dave's coaching journal, meeting on Saturday, the title you choose will appear as the same as his journal, because I did that this morning because I want you guys to see that. Communicating with your client, okay? Let's take a look at that. All right, communicating with your client, okay? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I need to go back because I want to look at something. Oh, I have a question. Sorry. Okay, cool. Yeah, I always post the videos out. I put them on YouTube. I put them on, I put a link to them on our Facebook pages, on the Universal page as well. So they're always there. If you go to our YouTube page, you can get there by going to the Universal Coaching Systems page, and you'll see all of the open calls. All of them are there. All right. All right. So this is Dave. This is all the meetings that I've had with Dave. There's a few future meetings, as you can see, that I'm having with Dave. And oh yeah, this was what I just created. Okay. So this is Dave. I need to accept this though. Let's go to. Hold on a second. All right, this is Dave's email. Dave has been invited because we just invited him. Remember I wrote, this is awesome. This is what it looks like to Dave. Dear Dave, you've been invited to take part in the following meeting. This is awesome, okay? It tells him my time zone, and it tells him obviously his own, which he already knows. Dave is on a different coast than I am. I did some meeting invites this morning. That's the reason why this is looking like this, but it'll only be one, okay? And it will say, click here to let me know. and signed him in. Here we are. He's attending. It says he attended, and now we're going to the journal. You see that? Easy, easy, easy peasy. I love that about this. And it happens very, very quickly. Okay? Very, very quickly. I want to slow down for a quick moment. Any questions so far? Because we only have a couple of minutes and don't really have time to do all of the things that I wanted to do and show you all the things that I wanted to show you. But I think I've showed you a whole lot. So any questions from you guys at all? Okay. Yes, you can definitely watch this again later. I'm so glad that you thought that this was great. Try, if you are like me and this whole, the coaching journal gets kind of crazy for you, try doing this. This might work for you. I mean, the truth is that you can create this journal and you can just have it as the coaching journal and put in every week of the year in one journal if you wanted to. I prefer to do it monthly, just a preference. It's your journal. Customize it, play with it, do what you want to do with it. Oh, thank you so much, Janice. I'm so happy that you guys got a lot out of it. Really, I really am. I had more to share. I'm probably just going to save it for a future time, though. But this is, once again, the view from the client's perspective. And I know you guys like to see that. So I'll show you quickly, and then we're going to end with that. This is your client's homepage. It differs just a little bit from yours. All right. It says My Coaching File, and it has, this is my client Dave, so it says Welcome Dave. It shows him when his very next session is with me. His coaching file, his classroom. Let's take a look there. He only has access to what I have given him access to. That's his generic welcome. It is the welcome that all of the coaching clients get. It's the Pathfinder course classroom. This is a free audiobook on goals. And then there's another classroom there. So, when he clicks into the one classroom, which is the actual welcome, there is a video with the welcome from his coach. There's another one that I took from YouTube that says how coaching works. There's another motivational video that I find motivational. So I gave it to my client. And then under this, in the welcome from your coach, I've attached how to get the most out of coaching and also a life evaluator assessment. So this is where you would put either the wheel or the values assessment or any other kind of assessment that you want to put for your client. Go ahead and put them right here in this classroom. This way, every client, whether they are coaching with you in a program or just an individual coaching client, has a reason to go to the classroom as well. Okay. Yes, provide motivational videos. So here's something that I found out that I didn't know. When you are on YouTube, if something is just there and available, it's for you can use it. And I'm not saying use it and make money off of it. I'm not telling you to do that, but just use it as a free resource to offer it for clients. That's awesome. I mean, if you're sharing these links on Facebook anyway, why not have a place? You can have a classroom that's just for de-stressing, or, it's kind of like the, click here in case of emergency, click here. When I'm not available, go here. You can do that for your clients in creating a classroom. Sit down and really just think about it. If you were the client, what would you want? Think of it that way. Play with the system. You can't hurt it. Trust me when I tell you, anything that you do, we can undo. And I am so very much happy to be here to help you. All right. Well, that is our time for today. It was a jam-packed hour. Thank you so much for your attendance. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your questions. As I said, I'm going to post everything for you. I look forward to next month's call. I'm going to be doing a call because our classroom is going to be enhanced next month. So you'll get a call that's going to talk to you a little bit, or either a video about how to prepare for the classroom. And you're definitely going to have a call about how to utilize the classroom, maybe a few of them. And also, I'll be sending out some emails to new coaches and people who are trying us out, just to show them how to utilize Life Coach Office. I'll put that information on the coaching pages. So if you are interested, even though you've been coaching for a while, you are free to join any of the classes that we have that we're putting on. Is just to help you become better and stronger coaches. One last thing, please let me know what it is that you need. What information do you need? What is going to help you be successful? It doesn't matter if it's about using Life Coach Office, if it's about just your coaching business in general. Just tell us what it is that you're looking for, and we will do the best that we can to get you the information that you need so that you can be successful and we can create a healthy, happy world. Thanks again, everyone, for being with us. And as always, happy coaching.